Hi guys. It's Friday, the 3rd of April. This is the end of our first week of doing online stuff. Um, we're going to do kind of a review of all of the stuff that we covered this week, and we'll probably talk about maybe doing a journal entry today, so that you can give me feedback on some very specific things. I want to know whether or not aspects of this are working well for you or not. Um, so more of a more of a journal entry based on feedback than just like what have you been doing and how do you feel about things. I want to know like specific things that are either working or not working with my approach, not necessarily with the approach that some of your other teachers are taking. So sorry, this is going to get posted a little bit late. It's what, 8:15 or so right now, but I had to deal with some sourdough bread dough this morning and getting some loaves ready to go in the oven. And I'm also making English muffins today. So I've got a lot going on. And the timing of it led me to make the video a little bit late. So let's get started. Uh, Happy to see you guys all, obviously. Uh, I mean, I can't see you, but I see all your work on Teams and your comments and you guys talking back and forth to each other and all of that stuff, and it's great. Uh, I've seen just about everybody. I mean, there's maybe like 10 students or so out of 166 that haven't logged in to do anything at all. So I got to deal with that through some emails, but everyone else is doing exactly what I need them to do, just staying engaged and paying attention. So let's screen share. And you guys can now see my screen. I've got, well, that's the YouTube channel that I have to upload to afterwards. So here's Teams. Let's go to my practice class. That's where I load everything first. So what are we going to review? First, let's talk about the weekly schedule. If this is a good thing, if you want to see this from week to week, I can, I mean, it's kind of, if you're not going to use it at all, then that's, you should let me know, right? Like if it doesn't matter to you to have this up, you just want day-to-day instructions. My thinking though with the weekly schedule is that it's probably a good thing because we can, some people don't get on every day, right? So if you have, just Mondays are bad for you because of what you have to do with like siblings and housework and all of that stuff, and you don't get on until Tuesday, then you can see everything here for Monday. You can do all the things there and then move on to Tuesday and get caught up. You can even work a little bit ahead. That really just, it lets you kind of do things at your own pace. If you're a middle of the night kind of person, you can get on and check and you can do like 2 days worth of work. I don't know, however it works for you, but that was my thinking with that. So let me know about that. We want to talk about the weekly schedule, whether or not it's a good thing and I should keep doing it or whether it's just a waste of time. All right. Next are the journal entries. So we have reading journals, and you guys go in here and you write, the first one was tell me about your online learning experience. And then the one that you're going to do for today, you'll make an entry that looks like this. And then you should talk about the weekly schedule. You should talk about journaling and whether that's any good or waste of time, discussion groups, my videos, whether they suck, does it look like I'm filming from the Iron Man cave, why don't I have better lighting, just really play into me with that. And office hours in Zoom. Would you rather have the Zoom class like where we're all 150 people in there together at the same time? And I talk about like the instructions for the day. Um, if we do a group Zoom with everybody, that would kind of take the place of the videos. So like I'm not going to probably do both. You got to choose. But there's also Zoom office hours. I have at least one student so far who I'm meeting with later today. That's great. Um, if you want to schedule time to ask about assignments, or like you need something to help you study for the ACT, or you have any of those things, right? You can talk to me about baking if you want to. I bake a lot of bread, sourdough, all that stuff. I'm working with one student through email right now to try to get to a point where she's got a good sourdough starter, and then we're going to Zoom time together and bake some bread. So like I'm open to quite a few things, not anything, but quite a few things. So just use the Zoom office hours for anything you need them for. Sign up. So looking back, you need to journal about the schedule, the weekly schedule, journaling itself, discussion groups, videos, and then Zoom office hours, or your Zoom experience. Do you think it's better to do like Zoom classes, or is it better to use it just for one-on-one meetings? So let me know about that. Right. So those are all of the things. Yeah, that's basically it. I'm going to be removing the date tabs up here. So you can see the 4 that are up here right now: 30 March, 31, 1 April, 2 April. And I'm going to take those, I'm going to put the links in the weekly schedule. But I want to keep the top tabs up there kind of cleaned up, so that each week you're only dealing with like the ones that you need to work on, right? You can always go back and find any of my videos by looking in the weekly schedule and following the YouTube links. But I don't want to end up with 28 tabs up there once when we get like towards the end of the year. If there's one for every traditional Monday through Friday school day, it's going to add up really quick, and it'll make it a little bit hard to navigate. So I'll be removing those tabs, and when you log in next week, the first one you'll see will be 6 April, and that'll be for Monday, and it'll have the video and the work. Unless, of course, you guys give me some resounding feedback that says, no, get rid of these videos, they suck. In which case, maybe I'll just post like some PowerPoint slides and you could look at those. I don't know. That's up to you. I really want this to be as good for you guys as it can. I'm trying to keep it organized. My plan is to have daily videos. We'll probably start in with a story that I talk about in the video on Monday. You'll read it on Monday, journal about it on Tuesday, have discussion groups, and then journaling, and that'll get us through Wednesday. Maybe we'll have a quiz on it, and then we'll probably write about it on Friday. So a very easy routine that you can count on, and it'll kind of go like that through the end of the year. I won't be having a big test. It'll be relatively simple. I know you guys have a lot going on. You're trying to, stay in shape for the sports that you're missing out, or the sports that you're getting ready for, like you're missing spring ball or baseball or softball. Track is not going on like it should be. I know you've got, sometimes very large families packed into a small place, and there's just always stuff going on. You've got to help take care of the ones that are younger than you. And I know some of you are even working, and now that you're not in school during traditional hours, you probably are being scheduled for longer work shifts and more often work shifts. So yeah, there's a lot. And then you've got pre-calculus or trig or whatever it is, anatomy and physiology, like some of these classes are difficult, even when you get to spend an hour with the teacher every day. But when you're trying to do them online, they become even more difficult. So I want you guys to be successful, and I want you to be good at the rest of the classes, and not just do well in mine. So, I'll keep it light. I need to shave. Man, it's kind of slacking off towards the end of the week. I don't know what's going on. It's getting up early and doing that bread stuff. So, all right, you guys have a good weekend. It's been great this week. I really appreciate seeing everyone in the discussion groups and sending me emails and updates and reading all the journal stuff. It's like you're talking directly to me, which makes sense because I'm reading it. Yeah, just keep it up. You guys seem like you're staying pretty positive and finding things to do, and keep putting in the work. You never know who's going to be your English teacher next year. There's always you don't want to totally slack off now and then end up finding out that you have me or something, right? And I think you're like a slug after you just blew me off for the whole fourth quarter. So stay positive, keep doing some work, put in a little effort, do well in your other classes. You guys you're getting practice. Everything we do when we write is reps, and you get better at writing. But like, you have to really pay attention and nail concepts when you're talking about math and science and stuff. So put a lot of effort into those things, right? You can't afford to like miss out. All right. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Have a good weekend. Spend some more quality time with all of the people that you're with. And I'll do the same. And I'll see you guys on Monday.